Hey, Twitter world, yours truly. Woke up this morning feeling pretty good. Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. I'm actually wearing these glasses today. It's overcast. I don't need them. Hello, Twitter world. This is me, yours truly. You know, in the last 48 hours, I've learned that you're never too old to learn. Um, 2 days ago was my birthday, and I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the JayCast. Hey, podcast world, yours truly. I just thought I woke up feeling pretty good today. Um, Not wearing my sunglasses, because I'm inside and the lights are on, and I can see pretty well. Um, OJ's out of his goddamn mind. He is out of his mind. I don't know. I don't know what that boy's on. He's on too much cocaine out on the golf course every day. He's just getting too much sun, and it's getting to him. He's out here living like he didn't kill two people. Okay, and we all know he did it, right? Uh, you just don't go down the 405 for a little joyride just because it's the afternoon, and you want to just take the police on a police chase. I mean, maybe you do, only if you kill two people though. So anyways, welcome back. This episode is brought to you by Redwood Cove Brewing Company. Shout out to the CEO, Eric Jensen. I'm out here in Buffalo, New York, right by the Niagara Falls. So beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful place. I recommend it. Recommend anybody coming out here and visiting. Mind you, I haven't even taken one step out of the hotel room, so I'm just guessing. The reason why I think it's a beautiful place is, one, they got the Niagara Falls. That's beautiful. That's, let alone beautiful. But another thing that's beautiful out here are the Buffalo Bills fans. I always look forward to going on Barstool or anything, Twitter, and seeing, them doing some crazy shit, lighting themselves on fire, jumping on tables, breaking tables. So yeah, shout out Buffalo, Beefalo, New Fork, boy, right next to the Niagara Falls. But yeah. So instead of going out and enjoying the city, I'm here doing a podcast. So what up, podcast world? But yeah, but OJ's out of control, dude. OJ, he's just living like a free man. He is free. I'll give him that. And he was proven innocent until, he decided to go steal some shit and then, end up in jail anyways. But my thing is like, who's out here being, like, I wonder what like these country club folks think of him. You see him in these videos, and he's just out here. I bet there's some guys, that are hanging out and they're like, oh, I'm hanging out with OJ, and their wives are like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you hanging out with, OJ Simpson? And I think, and I think they're like, he's a changed man. He didn't do it. The glove did not fit. So, that's, I mean, I don't know. Or, the wives are trying to get up on OJ. The wives are like, I want a piece of that killer. He's got that killer with him. Always keeping a knife, on his bedside, ready at all times. But, that's OJ for you. But, I mean, his Twitter videos are out of control, though. Hey, Twitter world. Yours truly. Out here acting like, he's working for ESPN or, a politician. He's always got something to say. And people got to watch out. If you don't make OJ unhappy, man, he might come for you. He might do something crazy. Or he's out here getting hacked. His bank account's getting hacked. Like, you gotta tighten up, boy. People are after you. People are gunning for you. And if you don't get your shit right, they're gonna get you. They're gonna take all your. And I'm curious about, how much money this boy's even got. I'm sure I could just look it up, but anyways, yeah, fucking O.J. Simpson. Who would have thought? If you would have told me 2 or 3 years ago, or any time in the past that OJ's gonna be out here running his own Twitter account. He's got to comment on everything that happens. And I love when you go down into the comments. It's just everyone talking about how he killed those two folks, and he did. He did. I think we all believe that he did, except for the juror. So, But anyways, today was or yesterday. Today's Monday, September 10th, I believe. And yesterday was the first Sunday of NFL football, and it was a good Sunday, man. A lot of QBs went off. It was like a QB Sunday. A lot of people thrown for over 300 yards. Lamar Jackson balled out. Patrick Mahomes balled out. T. Brady balled out. Kyle Murray. Or Kyler Murray, whatever his name is. He came out. He got the tie against the Lions, but I mean, he threw for like 300 yards. He showed that he can do it. The boy's a Heisman finalist for a reason. On the other hand, the Browns are right back where they started. And is it Baker's fault? I don't think so. Will they be fine? Maybe. I don't know. OJ got OJ on the mind. Odell Beckham Jr. is out here rocking a wristwatch out on the field. Now, I don't understand that. Is he trying to start a new trend? Now he's gonna have little kids gonna be out on the football field rocking G-Shocks. Saying, oh, well, this is what Odell does. Wearing a wristwatch. Because I got nothing but time out there. Nothing but time. I don't understand that move. I don't know if that was I don't know if he got paid to do that. I believe it was, I don't know what watch company it was, but it was an expensive watch company. And I just I don't think I would see them trying to, I think he was just flexing. Just clout chase. It's Odell. He's going to be doing something bold. But, I mean, I don't know how is that even comfortable, wearing a wrist? I don't know. I've never seen that. And, and ultimately it didn't work out for him. I mean, he had a few good catches. He played all right. But, did they get the win? No, the Titans came out and balled. Delaney Walker came, they are who we thought they were. And that is the Cleveland Browns. That's the dog pound, baby. So if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, all this shit talking you did during the off season about who we got. The team is stacked. We got Odell. We got Baker. We got Mr. Nick Chubb. It didn't work out for you in week 1. And I'm not saying that your whole season's going to go like that, but, Tennessee came out and smacked you in the face. And as of now, you are still the same Cleveland as I grew up watching. So, shout out Cleveland. But I can't say much because, I'm a Raiders fan, and we all know what's been going on with the Raiders. And Antonio Brown is now a New England Patriot. And that is scary. That is super scary. And I believe Randy Moss was right. Randy Moss said he didn't believe that Antonio Brown wanted to be a Raider. Because when Randy Moss was a Raider, he said he didn't even want to be a Raider. And Bill Belichick and the Patriots may have had this planned out the whole time. Because it was like not even seconds when, he got released from the team and the Patriots just swooped him real quick. And, so this might have been planned, because the Pittsburgh didn't want to trade him to a rival, to the New England Patriots. And, the Raiders got him. And, I mean, the whole time, he was just being this drama queen, just acting a fool, The helmet issue, the feet issue, not showing up to practice, calling people crackers, little cracker jacks. It was a sad day as a Raider. It's kind of like you're the laughing, you get looked at and you're like, oh man. And then we were going to keep him. We were going to, he came back. He was about to play for about 12 hours. And then they released him. And now he's a New England Patriot. And we all seen what the New England Patriots did last night to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, but I would like to say shout out Josh Gordon, I'm rooting for you, dog. I'm rooting for you. I like Josh Gordon. He's just out here trying to smoke some weed and ball. That's it. There's other, more than half the NFL smoking weed and getting away with it. So, let the boy ball. Just let him, Stephen A. would say, stay off the weed. But, he's going to perform. He's going to perform. And so I'm happy for the guy. But now they got Antonio Brown. And people think, well, do you think Antonio Brown's going to go in there and start acting like a drama queen? And I don't think it is. I really think that was his plan the whole time, was just get off the Raiders, get out of the Raiders. I mean, who does this? Who goes to this extent to, to play football? And I don't think you're going to see that out of him when he's with New England. Because if it does happen, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, like, they're not going to fuck with that. So, and and who knows? Maybe, if karma might catch up to him. I would never want anyone to get hurt, but if he does, that's karma. So, but now they look real scary. Now the Patriots look real scary. So we'll see what happens with that. But with the Raiders, they play tonight. They play the nice, their rival, the Denver Broncos, the Mile High City. So we'll see how this game goes. We'll see how, I hope they come out, with the victory. Put all this drama behind them and just focus on, football. But we'll see what happens. Also, I also think Antonio Brown seen the baseball field and was like, "Fuck, I gotta play on dirt." Hell no. I ain't gonna play on no baseball field. And the fact that the Raiders still play on a baseball field, like, I love the Coliseum. I absolutely love the Coliseum, but the fact that you're still playing on a baseball field, the only NFL team left doing it. I know they got their stadium being built in Las Vegas, but that sucks. I wouldn't want to play on no baseball field. But I do like the Coliseum. And shout out to the Oakland A's too. Shout out to the Oakland A's. They're balling out this year. But no, it should be an interesting game. I believe Joe Flacco is starting at QB for Denver. I could be wrong. Might be someone else. But I've always liked Mr. Flacco, but the Raiders got to get this first up. And mind you, last year the Raiders went 2-0. They started out the season 2-0, and then only won 2 more games after that. So, it's just the beginning of the season. We'll see what happens, but it was a good week 1. And we got the Saints and Texans on Monday tonight too as well. Unfortunately, I will not be watching any of those games because I have to work. So that sucks. But I wish him the best. Shout out D-Car. Wish him the best. And I hope they get the dub. And just get all this drama past them, really. Just move on and get this Antonio Brown shit, out of the way. Move forward and just focus on your team. So, yeah. And Denver. I believe, I have some friends that are Denver Broncos fans, and fuck them kids, fuck them, and especially this kid named Duncan Loza. Just a wild boy. Love him to death, but he's a Broncos fan. So tonight I am not your friend. Just so you know. Anyways, college football was exciting this weekend as well. A lot of I wouldn't say a lot of crazy games actually. Texas LSU was a fun game to watch. Texas did just some typical Texas shit. They played well, but their defense did not. Offense played well, their defense did not, and ultimately that's why they lost the game. Now LSU was looking like LSU was out there looking like an Oregon or something, fast-paced offense out here just slinging the ball, putting a lot of points on the board, and they looked dangerous. They moved up to number 4 in the country. I believe they were like number 9 or 6 or something like that. They moved up, and so that was a big game for LSU, for them LSU Tigers, and so yeah. Shout out them. Shout out everybody. Shout out anyone who's listening. One love. Listening to the JayCast. Whether you're driving to work, whether you're at work, whether you're not doing shit, or whether you just, or you're just making fun of me. Either one, I'll take it. But yeah. Anyways, on my last podcast, I was talking about here's a more serious note. On my last podcast, I was talking about a Chico State student that had been missing. He was floating in the Sacramento River. The authorities have found his body in the Sacramento River, and it's tragic to see. Always tragic to see someone die so close to home, and it's especially just that river is just so fucking dangerous, dude. And people just do not know. People really don't know. They underestimate it. Mother Nature is fucking powerful, and it will stay undefeated always. So you gotta always be on your fucking guard and just respect Mother Nature. But I'm just glad they found the guy, and he got returned to his family. I still think the story's fishy, and I hope they follow up on it and actually find out what went down that day. Whether or not, I don't know if the parents want closure on it. I feel like I would want closure on it as a parent, but I'm not gonna get in too deep on it. But I'm glad they found him, and I can't imagine what the mom and dad are going through. So I'm sorry for your guys' loss. But yeah. Um, what else is going out in the world today? I'll tell you this, man. The hotel life sometimes is very nice. You know, I can come in this room and just destroy it and not have to make a bed. You know what I mean? Like, you just come in and it's like you're on vacation. And I think that's the best part about being a flight attendant is it's just always like you feel like you're on vacation. And but the worst part about being a flight attendant is also being away from your loved ones. That's never fun. Sometimes I'm away, a little too long, and it kind of sucks sometimes. But at the same time, it's great. I've got to see a lot. I've gotten to see a lot of cool places. Um, you guys probably well, you're in Buffalo. Go out and explore. And the truth is, I'm not gonna do that because um, I'm just, I'd rather sit here and talk to you guys. You know, that's it. Enjoy my time in the AC. I don't even know what the weather is out there. It could be hot. It could be cold. It's September. I don't think it's gonna be too cold, but it is Buffalo. So Buffalo's pretty much Canada. You know, if because in a way, Toronto's right there. Toronto's right across the border here. And it's funny because they don't got it. Toronto doesn't got a football team, so which is crazy because the NBA's got a Toronto team. They're obviously the fucking the NBA champs up there in Toronto, and then the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays. So, like, come on, NFL. Like, what are you doing? Let's get a Toronto team in the NFL. Why not? Get the trifecta. Culture yourself a little bit. We're already out here playing in London. They even talked about the beginning of this year putting the Raiders in London for the season. And that's a terrible idea. Like, dude, you're gonna put a team in London in different time zones. The closest, when you go play, and I don't know how that would have worked with, their division. They would have had to change divisions. Because then if you're flying London to the West Coast, you're flying, 10 plus hours just to get to a game. You know what I mean? So that was not let's not make a London. Like, I get, yeah, we could do the London game. But don't make a London team. Make a Toronto team before you're going to make a London team. For sure. Toronto deserves, they're out here, they're pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much America. But it's not, no disrespect. I'm not saying, it is Canada. But what I was getting to is a lot of Toronto folks are Buffalo Bills fans. They come over, they hop the border, they come, they experience the wild tailgating here in Buffalo. It's always buck wild here. And I think, watching their fans like on Twitter or Barstool is actually more entertaining than actually watching the Buffalo Bills. Just because, they go wild and it's entertaining and, it's something I want to see. Do I want to see the Bills play? Not really. No, I don't. They escaped with a nice win yesterday. Barely beat the Jets, so good for them. The Jets, I don't think the Jets are going to be, the best team this year. But like I say, it's week 1. It's a long season. Anything can happen. So, I shouldn't be sitting here, saying they're out or saying they suck because it's week 1. And guess what? The Buffalo Bills are 1-0. The New York Jets are 0-1. Now, Sam Darnold's got to figure it out. The dude's so fucking talented. I like the guy. He's got to rally the troops together. He's got Le'Veon Bell. Like, the team, they could be good. But you can't be losing to Buffalo. Can't be losing to Buffalo. But they did. So, I mean, whatever. And shout out to this hotel, the Marriott, with the Starbucks coffee. That tastes like shit, by the way. It's it's not very good. In fact, I don't even think it's I think they just got the cups and said, this is Starbucks coffee. But I don't think it really is, man. I should have just made the coffee that was in the hotel. And it's not even a Starbucks. You go down to the lobby and they have a sign that says Starbucks. And you're like, hey, I got this Starbucks gift card. Can I use it? And they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, you don't, but aren't you guys a Starbucks? And I'm sure somebody can explain to me, it's like, it's an off branch. It's, whatever. I don't give a shit. You're saying you're Starbucks. I guess they're just saying we sell Starbucks coffee. But they have every single coffee that Starbucks has on the menu. But you can't take a Starbucks gift card. I don't know. But it doesn't taste very good, I'm just drinking it for, make me look good. Make me, look like I'm drinking good coffee. That I care. I do care about saving the turtles. But this whole thing, this lid is, it's not plastic. I take that back. It's not plastic. But they did have plastic straws down there. And I believe they actually went back to the plastic straws. They did, in fact. And, that didn't last long. The people, they gave you the sippy cup like you're a fucking 2-year-old. And people were like, what the fuck is this shit? They don't want this. And the paper straws, they just dissolve quickly. If you don't drink it fast, it just dissolves really quickly. But people are like, no, fuck that. We want the straws back. And you're like, all right, we'll give you the straws back. And they did. And, I'm all for saving the turtles. I love turtles. I like turtles. I do. But Starbucks, they're alright. But this one, at least at this hotel here in Buffalo, the Marriott here in Buffalo, you need to step up your Starbucks game because this coffee is ass. But I'm gonna drink it. Give me some energy, keep me going, get me through the day. I got a long day today. Flying across the country. Gonna end up in that Santa Ana, Orange County, boy. Out there in Orange County. The OC. But yeah, And here's another. I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't think there's any better people watching anywhere else but the airport. The airport is the best place to people watch. You see, every walk of life. And you see pretty much, if you want to go culture yourself, just go to the airport. Just go to your local airport. You'll see some fucking shit, man. There is some crazy shit going on in the airport. And a lot of people don't realize, but for some reason, airports just bring out the worst in people. And I get it. Traveling's stressful. Some folks drive 4 hours to get to the airport. And then they gotta go through TSA, and TSA gives them a hard time. And then they're just already pissed off. It's been 5 hours, and they just got in the airport, and it's been 5 hours. They're worried about their bags getting lost. But, man, dude, for some reason, people step into the airport, and it's like they lose all common sense. All common sense, and I don't understand it. I wish somebody would just do a study on it, because it's and then shout out to the parents with their young ones, traveling with young ones. Oh my God, That just looks horrible. You know, just screaming kids, and then you get to see the bad parents out there, out in the airport. You know, their kids are just kicking and screaming, telling them what to do. Like, bitch, if you don't fucking let me do this, then, you know, it's on. Like Donkey Kong. You know, and now these days, you know, at least there's technology. You know, just throw them a fucking iPad and they'll be Gucci. You know, let them play on the Nintendo Switch. Let them, you know, not even, they're not even telling them to read a book. They're like, just fucking play Fortnite. You know, just play, fucking Maze Runner. Is Maze Runner still a thing? Is that still a game? It should be. That was a fun game. You know, but maybe that's just, that's too much. That's too in the past for the kids. But yeah, shout out to parents that are traveling with their young ones. You know, it can be stressful, um, especially when you get on like an airplane. When you get on the airplane, it's like a whole nother ball game out there. It's you're just like almost hoping your kid's gonna just shut the hell up and not say anything, not cry. You know, but yeah. But besides the parents and travel, just like normal people, like just like you just get to see everyone's true colors and everyone's you know. I always wonder, like, you gonna act like this when do you act like this when you're at home? Do I don't understand. And what people don't understand either is it's not like when you walk into an airport, it's not even like you're in a free country anymore. It's like a whole different. It's like I wouldn't say it's like a prison, but it's like you don't have your normal. You don't have your normal. Law. It's not. It's it's a high secured area. A lot of shit going down. A lot of rules that are applied to the airport that don't apply in the outside world. I mean, you can't even bring a shampoo bottle into the airport. Like you can't. It's so if you can't be doing that, and you think you got your normal fucking rights in that bitch, you don't. You don't. I mean, you do. Metaphorical, if you really want to get into it, you do have your rights, but it's like, there's a little gray in there, but you don't at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy. And it's crazy. Yeah, just like I said, the people watching, it's the best people watching there is, like, ever. And I remember seeing this one guy just walking through the airport. He didn't even have a suitcase. He just had a black trash bag full of clothes, and he was just dragging it on the ground with them. And then it started to rip, and some of the clothes started coming out. And I should have been a good citizen and maybe said something, but that's his journey, that's his choice, and you guys are probably looking at me, Jay, he doesn't have a suitcase, fine, I totally get it, but there is plenty of ways to find a better solution than carrying a trash bag full of your stuff just on the ground. And mind you, airports are just dirty. So keep it, having the trash bag, be cut open and then be dragged on the ground. That's just, it's so interesting. It's very interesting what, people, and then, yeah, I don't know, man. I could go on for days about the airport. For days. But yeah, if you ever, like I said, if you ever just want to do some people watching, like, don't go to the mall, whatever. You know what you're going to get when you go to the mall and people watch. You're just going to get, some teens running around, poking fun at each other, or, the young boys trying to get with the young girls. That sounded creepy. I won't get into that. But, yeah, but, go to the local airport. Go to your local airport. Go people watch. you'll be like, what the fuck is going on here? That's exactly what would happen. I guarantee you. And, you know, but, yeah, fucking airports, dude. Airports are a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I wish there was more trains in America. If we had like a good train system, you know, you go out in Europe and they got it fucking down. Or you go out in Asia. You go in Japan. They got the trains down. The train system is down. And I know what you're thinking, you know, it's all spread out here, you know, it just wouldn't work. Well, I'm here to tell you it would work, okay? You know, California, for example, half the state is just land with nothing built. Have you ever taken a drive down fucking the I-5? Literally nothing. Besides maybe Bakersfield, and we all know how that place is. You know, beautiful. But you know, with today's technology, you're telling me you can't make a train go from LA to San Francisco in like an hour? 2 hours even? Come on now. Elon Musk is out here digging tunnels, fucking trying to make a difference. And we can't, you know, and then you're going to ask me, you're going to tell me, oh, well, the cost of it, you know, this and that. Fuck it. Make it happen. Make a train. We got to get some trains down, dog. We got to get these train systems down. Because they are balling. They're balling out in Europe. They're balling out in Asia. They're so much nicer. And like, oh my God, so much better than, you know. And some people like to drive. Don't get me wrong. Some people like to drive, and that's fine. And you stick to the road. But there's got to be another source of getting around here except for flying and driving. Just be so much easier. I don't know. I just feel like just here anywhere. Just, you know, if I want to go, you know, Sacramento to Reno for the day, you know, just hop on a quick train, going around the bend. You know what I mean? You know, you know, or if I want to go, you know, Sacramento, Vegas. Just want to go to Vegas for the day. Take a 2-hour train ride, bam. Go lose my money, come back, bam. You know? But it's not like that. It's not. I'm just saying it should be. You know? I'm just saying. But whatever. Fuck it. But fuck it. It's just not how it is. Not at all. But, you know, then you could be saying, you know, well, New York, you know, like what kind of train? I'm talking about like long distance trains here. Because, yeah, the city's got trains. You know, you got the subway system. You got, I forget what Chicago calls their fucking trains. But, I mean, they work good. They're kind of in shitty condition, kind of gross, but they work good. And but another thing is these trains in Europe and these trains in you know, in Asia, Japan, or China, whatever, you know, they're nice trains. Like it's nice to sit down. It's not like these fucking bullshit trains. You know, all grimy and shit. It's nice. You know. I'll say, you know, New York's got a good train system. They got it, but it's nasty as fuck. You don't know what you're gonna get. One time I was on a train, Jersey City, just taking a train to Jersey City into Manhattan, and this bum just lights up a fucking butt of a cigarette and just starts smoking it in the subway. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Just hotboxing cigs? Hotboxing fucking cigs in the train? And nobody stopped him, mind you. Nobody even looked at him like, it was like, oh, you know, what the fuck you doing? Just living their lives, you know? Minding their business. But I'm sitting over here, and we got Cracker fucking Jack just here hitting you know, it was just a cigarette butt. Stinking up the whole fucking train. Like, come on now. That's not luxury. What is that? You know, and mind you, he took one hit of it held it in his fingers, and passed out, and just went straight to sleep. The quick one hitter. I mean, I don't know what was dipped. We might have had some shit dipped in it, but fuck, dude. And like I said, nobody even fucking said a thing. And then another thing with Subways is I've had a guy, he comes, I'm sitting down, he comes up and puts his nuts right in my face. I'm like, what the fuck? And then while he's just looking at his phone, he sees me, he knows I'm looking at him, like he knows. But he decides not to do anything. He's just gonna put his fucking Johnson in my face. So I had to get up and, get the fuck out of there. Maybe that was his plan. It's crazy. Yeah, they got a nice train system, but is it nice to get on the trains? Fuck no. Absolutely not. So, yeah, man. New York. Yeah, so many things. And then you're just chilling. You'll just be chilling, And next thing you know, this whole group of people come in and just start banging on drums, doing fucking pole dancing on the goddamn subway. Doing flips and shit. And, and another time I was on there, this guy did a flip and kicked this lady right in the face. Right in the face. I'm like, dude, there's not enough room for you sitting here to be doing fucking cartwheels and shit. And, and doing backflips. And there's just not enough room. And most of the people are just pissed off walking zombies anyways because they're working 9 to 5, fucking in an office cubicle. Wow. Anyways, fucking sitting there not working 9 to 5, and they're pissed off. They're walking zombies, and they're not trying to see that shit. They're pissed off. They hate their lives, and it's sad to see, but that's the last thing they want is a bunch of dudes coming here and banging some trap fucking music and doing cartwheels and backflips. Now, mind you, sometimes it is pretty cool to look at. But only if it's like empty, when it's fucking packed and they're out here just fucking going crazy. And then there's people walking out there and just like, Speedos and man thongs, and they think it's funny. It ain't funny. It's fucking disgusting. I don't want to see that shit. And I think most people would agree with me. No. And then you got a bunch of drunk folks on the subway. Oh, man. That's a whole nother story. All the drunk folks. They're out here just getting faded. Now, people, in California, there's been a lot, I don't know if it's been passed, but it's been talked about that the bars stay open till 4 a.m. And my short time that I lived in New Jersey, I should say I lived in New Jersey, but spent time in New York, and going to the bars out there. It was, staying up till 5 a.m. at the bars, 4:30 a.m. at the bars. It's not as fun as it seems, It's kind of the same thing almost, though, than if the bar closes at 2 a.m., right? And you're going, well, how? The bar's open for another 2.5 more hours. But here's my point, is when the bars close at 2 a.m., you're going to go out earlier. You're going to go out at 10, maybe 9:30. You're going to go out earlier. Now, in New York, the way they did it is they just fucking went out at midnight. Going out at midnight was like, oh, we're just going out. Like, the night's just started. It's fucking midnight. It's the next day. It's not even the same day. It's the next day. And we're just now going out, to hit the town. Oh, man. I don't know how many times I woke up I step outside of the bar. I'm like, oh, well, that's the sun. It's crazy, man. New York is a beast, a concrete jungle. Now, I do not think California should make that law, or make that the change, bars staying up. Nothing good even happens after midnight. Nothing ever good happens after midnight. So I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, but I actually got a funny story about it. You see, this is what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happens when the bars stay open till 4 a.m. Okay, it was New Year's Eve, and I'm in New York. I'm like, hey, I'm here. It's fucking, this is the place to be for New Year's, right? Um, I meet up with one of my old roommates that I lived with in Minnesota. He lives in Brooklyn. I meet up with him in Manhattan at some bar, whatever. And so I'm like, cool, I'm gonna spend New Year's in fucking New York. This is it. This is dope. I go to this bar, and just kind of accidentally blacked out. And the last thing I remember was just the countdown. That was it. The countdown. That's the last thing I remember. And then next thing you know, it was like a light switch, just bam. And I'm in the back of a New York taxi. And NYPD is just pulling me out of the taxi. And they're like, pay the man, pay the man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I black back in. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're just screaming at me to pay the man. So I'm like, okay, fucking paid him. Now, mind you, this bar that I was at was right next to the train station to take me back home. So why I was in a taxi, I have no idea. Still to this day, I have no idea why I was in a yellow, like I never took the those cabs in New York, never. So I'm getting pulled out of the back, and the cops just throw me in this ambulance right next. It's like right there. It's like almost it was for me, and I get thrown back there, and there's already this girl on the stretcher with an IV in her, just fucked up. And so I'm sitting there, they take my ID, the paramedics do. So I'm sitting in the back there, like taking us to the hospital, and I'm going like, yo, look, I'm fine. Like, can I get the hell out of here? They're just laughing at me. They're not even responding to me, honestly. They've probably about had it. And then that's when I check my phone, and it's like 4:45 a.m. I'm like, fuck. So at first I thought I was going to jail. I thought that the paramedics were taking me to jail, and I don't even know why I'm going to jail. But we pull up to the hospital, and they take the girl, they take her, fucking wheel her into the hospital, and then I'm just walking in. They're like, here, wait here. I'm in this waiting room. And this waiting room had, like, it wasn't like a normal waiting room. It was like this waiting room. I'm sitting there, and they have these, like, made-up stations full of, like, IV bags and, like, stretchers, like, beds. And it's just, I would say there's, like, 6 or 7 of them. And every single one was taken with people with just IV, just so many fucked up people, on the IV. Just drunk as fuck. And I'm sitting there, mind you, I'm still a little tipsy. I'm not like sober. It's not like I sobered up. And I'm looking around, and nobody's like coming. Like I sat there for a good, I would say, I don't know, like good 30 minutes, but like nothing's happening. And I'm like, I don't even need to be here. And I'm like, and two, I had to catch a flight the next morning. I was just trying to get back to the West Coast, and so I'm looking around, and I see an emergency exit door, and I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm dipping out of here. Like, I gotta get out of here. And I'm thinking when I open this door, there's gonna be an alarm that goes off. And so I gotta hightail it out of here. And I don't even know where this door leads to, so, we'll see what happens. And I decided, I'm gonna go for it. And so I open the door, and I'm thinking, oh, the alarm has to go off, right? No alarm. When I open the door, it leads me into a typical, like, straight out of the movies, New York alleyway. And when I open it, there's a bunch of paramedics in this alleyway, and they're all just kind of like talking bullshit, but they all stop. There's like 5 of them. They all stop, look at me. I look at them. It was straight deer in the headlights. And I just took off, just started running. For some reason, thinking, I don't know why I thought this, thinking they were going to start, running after me, chasing me. I was looking back. I made it like maybe 2 blocks, running. And, I'm like, oh shit, no one's chasing me. I'm like, all right. And I take a left. And then I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, it's a hot dog stand. I'm hungry. So I go up. I'm like, yo, I need 2 hot dogs. And this dude was just like, yo, these are fucking donuts, man. These aren't hot dogs. These are donuts. So I'm like, well, give me 2 fucking maple bars. And, I had myself some, 2 maple bars. Now, at this point, it's like 5:30, almost 6 a.m. The sun is coming up. And I get to the train station, the World Trade Center train station, whatever it's called. And I just had to take a moment and sit down. And I sat down in the most, right in the middle of the staircase. There's so many people since it's New Year's just walking around the train station. And I'm just like, I need to take a moment and just eat these donuts. And I eat them. And then these guys come up to me and they're like, bro, yo, you been in the fucking hospital. Like, are you good? And I'm like, I made it out alive. I made it out there. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't even know. I just got pulled out of a taxi. I thought I was getting arrested. Then I ended up in the hospital. And then I just took off running. I found this donut stand. And now I'm here. And they're like, dude, like, where are you going? I'm like, where's home? I'm like, I've got to get back to Jersey. They're like, we're going to Jersey too. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to Newark Penn Station. They're like, we're going to Newark Penn Station. And these homies made sure I got off at the right stop. So shout out to them. But that's, moral of the story is, don't black out, I guess. And the worst part about it is then I hit up my friend I was with that I seen at the bar. And he was like, yeah, you left. When you left, you said bye. And you're like, later. And you said you were going home. And you seemed fine. And that's fine. That's everyone's final last words is you seemed fine. And, and usually, when I go out, I'm with my friends, it's, I'm always have someone with me. But, I was making this journey back to Jersey alone. And that's where, and I'm thinking I just maybe fell asleep in the back of the cab. I don't think I did anything. Because if I did something outrageous, I think I would be in jail, not, the hospital. Because I'm sure, the police were probably just dealing with drunk people all night long. But yeah, but mind you, like I said, it was like almost 5 a.m. So what was I doing out that late? Walking the streets, at the bars. So I guess the moral of the story is just don't black out, and I don't think the bars should stay open till 4 a.m. because nothing good happens after 12. I promise you that. Nothing good. Anyways. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, listening to me just talk to myself. It's pretty depressing, right? Maybe I'll go out and go see what Buffalo is all about. This is like one of the few places I haven't been yet, so maybe I'll, go take a walk. But I'm not even downtown, so what am I going to find? A CVS? A Rite Aid? Go see what the local Rite Aid is here in Buffalo. Although university's right down the street, so maybe I'll go act like I'm a student or something, walk to the university. Act educated. But anyways, peace out. Until next time, and stay classy. Sandy out.